So essentially what we're doing now is the RF skin tightening, and so I'm gonna see if I can take pictures. And it's a very good tool or treatment for loose skin. Okay, so you have loose skin, you've lost some weight, you've had babies, or any number of things. Sometimes it's just aging skin sometimes, and we have to deal with loose skin. This is so good for loose skin, so good. So what is RF skin tightening? I have talked about it before on some of my videos and posts, and essentially what it does is it's gonna melt fat. It does melt the fat, so you are going to be doing some fat reduction. Okay, but the good thing about this also is that it stimulates collagen growth. Okay, it stimulates collagen growth. So you're not only losing fat, but you're also getting the youthful skin. So that's what the collagen. Now, what is collagen? Collagen is made naturally in the body. Okay, it's that is the thing. Okay, in your underneath your skin. It's part of your skin makeup that gives you that youthful, elastic skin. Okay, so like if we start from like a baby has very soft, smooth skin, right? And it's very elastic. So the turgor or the fabric of the skin is very tight. Okay, now as you get older, you start to lose collagen, and that's what gives us the wrinkled skin, the loose skin, okay, the jiggly skin. So what this does essentially is not only helping you lose fat in those areas that you want to lose fat in, but it also is deep enough to stimulate that collagen growth. So you are getting some kind of skin rejuvenation. So I use this to treat loose skin. I also love to treat, it's part of my anti-aging regimen. So I even use it on myself. I use it on my chin, my arms, because those are areas, those are areas that show, you're not only losing the elasticity, but you're also developing some fat deposits there, so it actually helps you. And then with the arm, so people call it chicken neck, right? Chicken neck and bat wings. So yeah, I've used it. I've used it also on my fupa. This is the thing with a lot of women have what we call fupa. Okay, that's fat above the pubic area, something like that. I think I'm using the very PG-13 way of describing it. But these are some of the tools we use. Now, RF skin tightening is not the only tool. Depends on what you have. We can use it in conjunction with other things like wraps. There are all types of wraps, and I'm gonna come back and talk about some of the wraps that we offer here at Glam Care. Okay, but it's all kinds of wraps. We have detox wraps. We have skin tightening wraps. We have fat reduction wraps. Okay, we have wraps that are anti-bloating, and that's what it is. We have wraps that help to rejuvenate and scintillate and stir up your lymphatic system. The lymphatic system plays a very big role in how we get rid of fats. Okay, so that's something I have talked about before, and if you have any questions, leave your comments down below, or you can reach me directly. My number is usually provided at the bottom of my videos. But yeah, these are all the wonderful things we do at Glam Care. And if you need more information, you can reach me with the contact details I have underneath this video.
does it take to show the results?
Okay, good question. So what she was asking is how long does it take for results to show? Okay, so I always say this, one size doesn't fit all. There are people that I will do this for, and boom, one session and they start to show reduction. Okay, and then there are others where multiple and repeated sessions are needed. For most people, yes. And also depends, the two big factors depends on how much you have to lose, and also the biggest one, which a lot of people do not realize, is your lymphatic system. How fast or slow is it? So if your lymphatic system is slow, and if you're not doing anything to help it move along, then your results are going to be very, very slow. Okay. The lymphatic system, it also depends on your underlying ailments or conditions. Okay. If you have an autoimmune condition, then your lymphatic system automatically is slow. Okay, so you see that, it comes back to the lymphatic system, a lot of it, If you have kidney or liver damage, okay, this is something that, one needs to sit with you. You are, okay, at first glance, you're not a good candidate for fat loss or a lot of treatments. Why? Because toxins and anything and everything you want to get rid of from the body is through the liver and the kidneys. So you're going to definitely have to work with your doctor. We would have to, find a treatment that works for you. Okay. Now there are other contraindications. But that's the biggest one. Again, something else I was going to say, but yeah. Oh, you've got to be compliant. If you're not, now your lymphatic system can be slow. However, there are things that you can do to make it faster. The biggest one is drink water. If you're not drinking water, don't worry. I mean, there's no point. You're just wasting your money and wasting your time. You're not going to lose fat. You're not going to lose or get any kind of results that you're looking for. You won't.
Because it flushes it?
So, yes, it does. Now, remember, everything we're doing here, like what I'm doing right now, we are melting fat. Now, this fat has to go somewhere, right? Because we're not going to leave it here. We want it out of here. Now, in this particular client, we're not only trying to lose fat, but we're also trying to tighten the skin. Hence, I'm using this. The Aura Skin Tightening is very good. Now, there are other things also we can use. What I tell her and other clients like her is we also need to apply skin tightening serum or lotion or products. Okay, that's one. You also need to be wrapping. You ought to be wrapping, meaning wrapping either with the osmotic wrap or cling wrap, and then having some kind of cincture around your waist or any area you want to target the fat and the loose skin. Okay. Now, why do we drink water? We drink water to help us flush the fat. Now, fat melts in different ways. Some fat with the heat and the mechanical pressure on them will burst. They self-burst. Others will need water. They drink up that water and then they burst. So even after that bursting, what we need to do is we don't want them just floating around where we have melted them. We want them to be flushed out of the system. Okay? So that's why we need water. You must drink water. If you're not drinking water, your fat is stagnant. Eventually it's gonna solidify back. And we don't want that. We don't want it to solidify back, because when it does, then what's the point? So what you have is you have dead fat you're just carrying that dead fat, you know. So that's why it's important. Now, people ask me how much water should you drink. I will tell you this. If you can drink up to a gallon of water every day, which I've started doing, and I do notice the difference, not only because I'm trying to lose weight in certain areas, but it also helps with my pain. You all have shared my chronic pain with you. It helps with headaches, again, because they're all tied to the lymphatic system. I'm actually probably going to do a very detailed explanation about why water is so important and what is it about all this lymphatic system everyone keeps talking about. Okay. Another reason why you shouldn't drink alcohol, people don't understand this. It messes with the absorption of fat and the breakdown of fat in the liver. Yeah. If you have any questions, we can keep doing it. We're almost done here. You feeling the heat?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. I know my last session was great. Like, it did immediate tightening.
Right.
And then I think it helped with, like, we've got to check, but I'm pretty sure I lost, like, quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
So what my client is saying here is, you got to speak out, girl, so they can hear you. But so anyway, go ahead. I don't want to speak for her. Go ahead. So what were you saying? So so it's my turn. Let me interview her.
Yeah.
So your first time doing this, how much? How was your reaction? How did you skin, or was it instant for you, or it took some time?
It was instant, and we did before and after pictures. I sent them to my sister and my best friends, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, that was just once." And I'm like, "Yeah, it was just once." And they're like, "How long does that last?" And I'm like, "It stayed.
Yeah.
It hasn't went back.
Yeah.
Like, it's And then I ended up buying the product.
Yeah, the skin tightening cream, which we offer. Okay.
And I've been doing that every night, and that's helped a ton. And I think because we did some cavitation. Is that what you call it?
The cavitation. Did we do cavitation with that?
I think we did
okay,
a little
we did.
bit.
Okay.
I think that just sped up. I was plateaued on my weight.
Yeah.
Even though I was working out and everything, I plateaued.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it sped it up. Because when we do my weigh-in, I'm pretty sure.
So you've lost how much do you think you've lost since the last time you were here and now?
5 or 6 pounds.
5 or 6 pounds she's lost. So again, one size doesn't fit all. Okay, y'all need to know that. She's pretty active. You need to be active. Okay, she drinks water every time she's here. She has her water thing. That makes me happy because you're working with me. You've got to be drinking water. If you're not drinking water, the fat is just going to sit still. The lymphatic system is like a sewage system, right? It gets clogged up. If you're not drinking water, it means your gut is blocked. It's blocked, clogged up. So essentially, that's how you have to see it. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. There are people who, after they've done a service, they bloat first, and then later they shrink, and then they call me like, "Oh my God, I just lost like 4 inches." I'm like, "That's fine, that's great." However, when you are not actively in the spa, you've got to have a maintenance package. You've got to have some kind of maintenance regimen you're doing to keep up the work, because you can't be here, you can't be in the spa every day, right? You've got to eat right. Okay, they all add up. Now people want to know if it's, and I have dealt with this before in my videos, is it permanent? Well, being permanent is very subjective or relative. Okay, I have people who've had surgery who come to me for maintenance. Why? Because you make new fat. Okay, you make new fat. If you're not eating right, and you're not living the lifestyle that you should, well, guess what? You're gonna make new fat. Everything we've done here today is dead. It goes away. It's not coming back. However, if you go out now to McDonald's, to wherever, you're gonna make new fat. So, and that's why I talk about people who've had surgery. People are like, oh, I just want to do surgery. And that's fine. Hey, there's nothing wrong with surgery if you want to do it, if you can afford it. But you just need to know, I work with people who've had the Lipo 360. I've worked with people who have had the sleeve, the gastric bypass. They gained it all back. Why? Because it's a lifestyle change. You've got to make the lifestyle change. So when people say, is it permanent? Is surgery permanent? It's permanent if you allow it to be, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I work with people who have gained back bigger tummy and they had a gastric bypass. It's sad, but the thing about losing weight is you also have to have you've got to understand why you eat. Sometimes it's a mental thing, right?
Or maybe you need to drink more water.
Again, you have to drink water. Water is important. Water is important.
Sometimes I can't determine if I'm actually hungry or thirsty.
Right.
So I drink water and usually it subsides.
Right.
I don't want to snack anymore.
Yeah. Okay. So that was what I just did now was just the RF skin tightening, and we worked with that. Again, it's good for loose skin. I do use it for anti-aging skin regimen, and trying to not only melt fat but also stimulate the collagen growth. So I'll see you in my next video.